So how can you stay motivated every day? Well, I don't know, but I will show you what I do to stay motivated and disciplined all year round. Let's go. Okay, so I'm not a genius on a podcast, but there's an analogy that might be able to help you understand in the way that I do. Think of discipline as if it's gas to your car, because without it, you truly cannot run, right? So without discipline, you truly cannot get the things done that you need to get done in order to hit your goals. Just like without gas, the car will not get you to where you need to go. However, motivation is like nitrous oxide. Can you get to your destination without nitrous? That's a hard word to say, I'm an idiot. Can you get to your destination without nitrous oxide? Yes. Can you get to your goals without motivation? Yes. But it's a lot more fun when you have it, and you get there a lot faster when you do. Okay, so I clicked on this video because I want to know how to stay motivated and get motivated. We'll get to that. Chumley, relax. All right, so now that we've set the foundation to understand and define what the difference between motivation and discipline is, for the sake of this conversation, let's move on. I'd rather build on the foundations of discipline first, since I think that's a little bit more important for the sake of this conversation. Look, nothing about this is easy. I won't be one of those people that tell you to just suck it up and do it, because even as I film this video, to be honest with you, like, I'm dieting, my calories are in a deficit. I have had myself a very stressful week. Nothing bad happened, but I took on a lot of workload. So it's on me, and it's a good thing. But that means I'm a little bit more stressed, which means your mind is not as, see, I can't even think of words, exactly that. Fill in a really smart word right here, editor. Your mind is not as, you see what I'm saying? I couldn't even think of that word. She had to do it with Google. And I still know that I need to have this done. I need to film for the sake of my mission right now, is to be better and do better and to make up for the shitty posts that I've posted before. Of course, I started off my mission with like trying to be helpful and give tips and stuff, and those videos did not do very well. And this has just been one of those days, let me tell you. Yo. This morning has been a giant pattern of that right there, just stuff like not working out. But just like in this video, actually what I'm describing is, this is beyond motivation, because I'm not motivated in this very moment to continue, but I guess that's when I have to rely on discipline. Is that a proper analogy? Is that analogous? Bro, you cannot make this up. I swear I'm not doing stuff just to make a point about motivation versus discipline, but I want to actually leave right now and start over tomorrow. But I know that would be wasting not only my time, but my camera person's time, and I'd be a little bitch if I went home. But I'm not digging into my motivation right now. This is just purely just like, I have to do this. And so what is my motivation? Motivation, discipline. See how they're interchangeable. That's why I hate these arguments and debates online, because they're synonymous almost, right? But the thought that comes into my head every time I want to leave or quit something, because we all have those moments, the biggest thought is, who do I care about right now who's possibly depending on me to live a better life? Who couldn't live a better life without me? Well, number one would be my son, who's already here, and he's already 7. Number 2 would be my daughter, who's not here, but she'll be here in a month, and she depends on me. And then you go down the long line of list of like, okay, well, when I do better, my wife does better. When I do better, my mom lives a better life. Indirectly, so many people live a better life if I'm doing good versus if I'm not. Whether that's a motivation or whether that's just discipline, I don't really fucking care, actually, at this point. I just know that when I think about the quit or the stop, I'm like, okay, but I can't. Because if I don't, nobody else is gonna take care of the people that I care about. You know, and maybe that's enough. Truthfully, I had a list of things that I was gonna talk about in this video. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. I had a list of things that I was going to talk about in the video, but I don't know if it's even relevant now. We'll be back. So here's something simple that I do that you can absolutely take with you every day, which is to get the thing that you're less likely to do, get that out of the way in the beginning of the day. For instance, I absolutely dread doing cardio, so I get it done at the beginning of the day. Sardines are not my favorite meal in the day. In fact, they're the least favorite. Let's just be real. So I will have that oftentimes as my first meal, so that way it's already done and I got the arguably one of the most nutritionally dense meals out of the way first. Dog, what? For the topic of this video is truly going on while we speak. Like, any chance things are gonna get in your way to stop you. And I think the people that succeed are the ones that find reasons just not to stop. And maybe that's the difference between motivation and discipline. You know, motivation would be reasons to go, you know. I guess Sigmund Freud talked about this. Everybody either is running from something, like fear, or they're running towards something, like happy, you know? And so perhaps motivation is the pursuit of our goals in a positive direction. Like, I want to get in shape, I want to film, and I want to be successful on social media because I want to give my family a better life. That would be like a motivation, right? I'm desiring to be somewhere that I'm potentially not. And maybe the fear, the running away from, is that I don't want people in the past to be right when they said that I wasn't going to achieve anything. And that'd be like running away from that. And maybe just when all else is gone, when the motivation's not strong enough, I've built in a solid enough discipline because of the fact that I am so adamant about not proving them right that I have to do things no matter what. And so that's why I have these safeguards in play. So like the first safeguard we talked about was getting the thing that you're least likely to do out of the way in the beginning of the day. So for mine, it's cardio and sardines. I know that I'll have a better day if I do both of those things. So if I get it out of the way at the very beginning, if I wake up earlier for it, you can't not do what's on your to-do list if it's already done. So that brings me to the next point, which would be make a to-do list. Matter of fact, check this out. All these lists. So every day I change it up. And as you can see, it adds. And that was from, I think, this week so far. Look at all those checked boxes, man. But I'm not focused on that. I'm focused more on the fact that these are the things that I didn't do. And all these little lists and all these little things. And look, this was recently, like this isn't stuff that's from before. This is like all fairly recent stuff that's happening. Now, to-do lists are great for the daily tasks and staying disciplined to do the daily tasks. But what about throughout the week? Well, that's where creating a calendar would come in handy. So think of a calendar as like a weekly or monthly reoccurring to-do list. Because there's some things that you just need to do every day. Otherwise, you will be stuck as a bum playing video games in your mom's basement, eating Cheetos for the rest of your life. Do you want that as an eternity? I sure don't. So I'm assuming you don't if you're watching me instead of watching some fucking Fortnite piece of shit video. Let's be honest. So this has been a dreadful 20 minutes on the elliptical because this has been broken up so many times, but we are effectively almost done with that. And that was the mission. That was today's tasks. And before I got to the weights, which is what I wanted to do, I needed to get this over with because I couldn't split it up in the day because today I have other shit to do. Is it ideal to do your cardio before your weight training? No, I would say not. No, because it takes away from your ability to lift properly. But to be honest with you, I knew that if I didn't do it before the weights, I wouldn't do it at all. And I think checking it off the list would be better for me in the long run than skipping it altogether because it's not optimal. Fucking science nerds with your optimal, you know who I'm talking about. But if I didn't, if I would have skipped it because it's not optimal, then I would have created a pathway in my mind that says, oh, I can skip cardio because it's not optimal. Then what happens? 3 months later, I don't do cardio because the only convenient time would have been before, and I'm gonna skip it because it's optimal. And now I've gone 3 months without doing cardio, and now my heart is worse off for it. I'm fatter because of it. And I've also created a neural pathway in my head that says it's okay to skip it. And I would argue that the repercussions and the ramifications of all that outweighs whether cardio before the gym is optimal or not. Like, no, it's not. I agree. Like, ideally, you would do your cardio far away from your weights. But some people just don't have the time. And honestly, even me, like, I work for myself and I still don't have the time to do that all the time. Ideally, I would like to, but it just doesn't happen like that, man. So sometimes you have to make the best of a bad situation. I forgot a really important part of that, which was being around people that are supportive of your positive goals and deter you from doing degenerate things. You know what I mean? Here's an example. If you are in a group of friends who are all trying to lose weight and you support each other by sharing meals with each other and sharing your day, like what you did in the day. Did you work out? Did you get your steps? Did you eat good food? Or are you in a group of friends that constantly say, hey, drinks, we getting drinks tonight? Hey, we doing this tonight? We doing some crack tonight? Who you surround yourself with, your environment is a huge indicator of will you actually be successful in what you're trying to do? Will you stay to your goals? Will you stay disciplined? Will you stay motivated? Whatever it is. Because if you're in a circle of friends who are all degenerate bums, your motivation is going to be determined by the group of those individuals, you know. So you're motivated to be a degenerate. You're motivated to get high and smoke weed and fucking fuck off. You know what I mean? Versus if you're in a circle of people who are all better than you right now, they're all losing more weight than you, they're all attacking their goals more than you, you are now motivated by default to be like, I gotta step it up. So keeping that circle of friends in mind is really important with that motivation discipline route, because it can just add a layer of protection. Time got away from us, and what should have taken 20 minutes took about an hour. And I actually have a call in 30 minutes with a potential client of mine. And that means that I need to do a very quick little nothing workout, essentially, because I fucked up. See, just working out is so much easier than working out and filming it. Let me tell you, because there's a lot of little nuance to the filming that just takes away from the workout. So, and you gotta get a full stretch in your calves though, even if you got shit to do. You gotta get a full stretch. Since calves are easily my most forgotten and least impressive muscle group, and it's the ones I'm trying to grow, I'm going to do a set of nothing but calves. And then most likely, later today, I'll come back and perhaps get a little shoulders in, because that was what today was supposed to be, was a shoulder day. Ooh, that full stretch. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sometimes when stuff does not go right, no amount of calendar or to-do list will get you through it. And sometimes you have to have sheer maybe willpower should be thrown in that conversation of discipline and motivation. Maybe it does have a spot in that debate, I guess, because you can just will yourself out of it. You just be like, I will fight through no matter what, like a fucking anime character. Maybe that's a real thing. you know, like the sheer utter willpower and determination of just like, I have to do this no matter what, whether the alarm doesn't go off or your phone drops and breaks, you spill your water, you spill the milk, you cry about it a little bit, your girlfriend leaves you, your wife dumps you for a guy that looks like me. Whatever happens that's like, you know, in your day that is just shitty and designed to keep you away from pursuing your goals. That willpower at the end of the day is just like, I will succeed no matter what. Now we're warmed up, get that single leg calf in here. Okay, so this is day 6, physique update. And compared to before, I am leaner, clearly. Nothing crazy though, nothing drastic. And I should say, day 6 of the vlog translates to about 10 or 11 days, because I have not been filming every single day. I'm just naming the vlog that. But as you can see, there is some leanness forming. I'm not gaining any muscle, obviously, because it's been a very short time, but I am leaner, as you could tell. So it is working. The progress is happening. I look a lot less shitty. Still not my peak jackedness. And this is also just on TRT, by the way. There's no extra stuff happening right now. Whether I add extra stuff, I will let you know, because I'm debating, because things are slow. But otherwise, right now, just the same dose of TRT I've been on for the last year and no extra stuff at all. Okay? And keep in mind, this is what I look like natural when I first started, and then look at that, what I did, the transformation. Crazy, right? I know, but that was all natural, and in fact, it was vegan, so keep in mind, you can do amazing things, vegan and natural. You do not have to take stuff. Please do not take drugs, kids. Please do not. You don't need it. You do not need it if you are making a living with this. Just if you are getting Chris Bumstead level physique. That obviously takes anabolic vitamins, okay? Oh, I thought somebody was in there. I was like, what the fuck? Is it a ghost? So, that is the progress so far. I will keep you updated as the weeks go, and I will also keep you updated when I add the extra stuff, if I decide to, because I have not decided that yet. Okay? Cheers. I am excited to share with you this. Hold on, I came off like I was faking it, but I'm like legitimately excited about just 2 things. And while this video was going on, there was just a lot of little things that were going on. You know how it is, like, it's not big deals. It's not a big deal when little stuff happens, but when it's all cumulative at one time and you're trying to accomplish something and things keep getting in your way, you want to just quit and be like, all right, let me start later, let me start tomorrow. And we didn't. We continued, and we were able to get, I think, what might be fairly good footage. But then I just did my physique checkup. Check this out, right here, look at this. So I could see that much of a difference already, and that was extremely motivating for me. So while I was disciplined in my actions to be here regardless of my motivation being almost zero, now I am motivated to just attack this day. As I was feeling elevated, I went to go check my phone because I have a call in about 15 minutes. And wouldn't you know, so check this out, Mike O'Hearn, superstar, hope all is well. You know what? Give compliments to random people, because that shit really makes your day. Because if somebody looks up to you and you give them a compliment, it's like, wow, that person made me feel this way. You know what? I was almost gonna quit my mission 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago, literally almost to the day. I had virtually no money, to be honest with you, and I had just met Jay Cutler earlier that year, and we were planning to meet whenever I was in Vegas next. So my mission was to be like, all right, well, next time he tells me that he's like free or he has a free weekend, I'm just gonna book a flight out there. So what I did was I waited till he told me that he had a free weekend, and I was like, oh, what a coincidence. That's the weekend I'm gonna be out there. Knowing good and damn well I planned the trip around him. All right, let's be honest, he probably knew that too. Jay, if you're watching, I'm sure you knew that too. But when you told me and looked me in the face when we were working, after we were done filming and working out a little bit, you were like, you're gonna be and he actually used the word star, right? And he was like, you're gonna be a star, you're gonna kill it, blah, blah, blah. I was at that point ready to actually quit because I'd been doing social media for 6 or 7 years and nothing had gone right. Nothing was like propelling the way I wanted to. I was verified and broke, which is a weird combination to be, because people assume that you are doing this well, but you're actually not. You're getting all these views, but you're not monetizing it well. because it's just a weird industry, and I was ready to stop. But that one little phrase that he said, I had like literally $100 left when I flew back from Vegas, and I had nothing to show for it, but those words kept me going, and I continued to post. And I ended up posting on Facebook, and that's what propelled me to get my my life together, because all of a sudden Facebook started paying real money, and it was able to allow me to get out of debt, and it allowed me to fund some of the projects within the social media space that I wanted to. Then within that same week that I got approved for the Facebook bonuses program, which changed my life, in that same week I got a call from Ninja Warrior, and they said, do you want to be on here? We saw your application from 7 years ago, mind you. I sent the application in 7 years ago, but my boy, I can't say his name, but the producer, who's awesome, his assistant saw me on TikTok and was like, oh, we need to get him on the show, and they found out that I was also an applicant, right? So in that same week, I got the Facebook bonuses that changed my life. I also got the call that would also propel me into more motivation of like, oh wow, I'm doing this. I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to do American Ninja Warrior. What I wanted to do for my grandma years later has finally come to pass. And in that same week, I also got verified on Snapchat, which propelled me even further, because all of a sudden my snaps were getting pushed out there, and now I'm like, you know, I literally had like 5,000 people. Maybe there's a screenshot. If not, just imagine 5,000. To now, look, 218,000. It's 217,000 at the time of filming, but by the time she's editing this, it'll probably be 18. So hopefully that okay. But all it took for me to continue, and some of that stuff might not have happened if I didn't continue when I was ready to quit. And all it took was just one dude who I looked up to for years telling me that I could do it. So maybe this is me telling you, if you happen to, maybe you don't look up to me, I don't really know, but if you happen to find value in what I say, I want to tell you that you can do it too. Because shit is real, and sometimes it takes a decade, because I've been doing this for a decade. I literally started in 2014, and it is only just now within these last couple years that it's been a real business, or a real, not business, like a real source of income, to be honest with you. Like, because people try to flex like they're making a hell of a lot of money on social media, and that's true for the higher echelon, but that's the same thing with every field. You know, it's only the top basketball players in the NBA that's making crazy money, and then in general the NBA is making good money, but there's like literally millions of people playing college ball and millions of people playing like advanced level ball that are not making that much money. It's only at the top tiers that are making crazy money, right? And I guess that's true of any industry. If you're an author, only the top selling authors make crazy money, and then mid-tier levels, you know, you're pulling insert numbers here. I don't know what the average is, but that. So, wow, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Jay. Now I'm gonna take my call, and I'm definitely, before it was a maybe I was gonna go work out later, I'm definitely gonna go work out later. I probably won't film it, not gonna lie, but I'm definitely gonna come back and work out later, since I only got my cardio and my calves done today. So it worked out, it's fine, no harm, but we got a mission, and I genuinely want to help this person that I'm about to call, so if this is the end of the video, I will see you later.